guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm doing some nail art inspired by Father's Day. Well, actually, these nails are dedicated towards my dad, so yeah, let's get started. So to start off, I'm going to show you how I did this nail art on these false nails I glued onto toothpicks, and I went ahead and painted all of them white. So starting on the first nail design, which is going to be on the index nail, I am going to paint on a hammer. So my dad is a really good carpenter. He works as a mechanic, but carpentry is more like a hobby, believe it or not, so that's why I'm just going to paint on a hammer to represent that. Black acrylic paint is getting bad, I need to update it, but anyways, so I went in with my dotting tool and I went ahead and painted on the outline of the hammer, and now I'm going to go in with some gray acrylic paint and fill it in. As for the handle, I decided to paint it blue because that's my dad's favorite color. So I'm going to let that gray acrylic paint completely dry before I go in with the details. So in the meantime, I'm going to go in and paint on some nails. Not fingernails, but the metal nails that you use to hammer into the wood. It's fairly easy to paint these on, just like two little lines going perpendicular. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and paint on a couple extras just to fill in the spots. I'm now going to go in with some light gray acrylic paint and just add a couple little, I guess you can say like shinies, just some detail for the hammer. And here is the finished nail design. So moving on to the second nail design, which is going to be on the middle nail, I am just going to go in with black acrylic paint and sketch on the outline of a mug. I would highly recommend to use like a nail art striper brush or a regular nail art brush. However, I lost mine, so I have to use a dotting tool. But as you can see, I am just, using black acrylic paint and just painting on lines, trying to make it look like a mug. And of course, I went ahead and painted on a little handle in the corner. And well, actually, I just had a bunch of extra acrylic paint, so I decided to go up under it and paint on like a little plate. Okay, so by now the black acrylic paint has completely dried, so I'm just going to go in with some white acrylic paint and just clean up the line work. I'm going in with navy blue for the plate. And I know I did this off camera, but I painted on a little swirl to indicate steaming hot coffee. But anyways, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of brown acrylic paint and just kind of, paint on some coffee. Now in the middle of the mug, I'm going to go in with some red acrylic paint and paint on a big heart. Now this is just for extra detail, but I'm going to go in with my safety pin and black acrylic paint to outline the heart. You could leave the design like this, however, I'm going to add in some extra details, so I'm going to add in a little bit of blue for like a shine on the plate. And now once the red heart has dried, I'm now going to go in with my safety pin, white acrylic paint, and paint on number 1 dad. And yeah, here's the finished nail design. So now moving on to the third nail design, which is going to be on the ring nail. I'm going to be painting on one of my dad's favorite beers, which is Miller's Light. I mean, he likes Dos Equis as well as Victoria, but however, Miller's Light was a little easier to paint on, so I'm just going to go in with gray acrylic paint and just kind of outline like a beer can. And now I'm going to go in with my dotting tool and some darkish blue acrylic paint and paint on the Miller's Light logo. I also tried painting on that little symbol with blue, red, and yellow acrylic paint. Unfortunately, I did not like how it came out, I didn't like the outcome, so I ended up scrapping this and just repainting over it later. It goes to show that sometimes you mess up in nail art and you gotta start from scratch. I went back in and filled the top with some goldish nail polish. As you can see, I made the blue ring a little bit bigger, and now I'm going to go in once again with that gold nail polish and add like little leaves, if that makes sense. I don't know, painting on a beer can is a lot harder than it looks, but this is the best I could do. And moving on to the fourth nail design, which is on the pinky, it's a lot easier to do. So I'm just going to go in with some green acrylic paint because, kind of trying to tone down a little bit of the blue. And I just painted on a bunch of little dots. So I could have easily just painted on like a little bigote. However, just to save some time, I'm just going to use this little mustache nail charm, as well as my little scissor tweezers to apply it. So whenever that acrylic paint completely dried, I'm just going to go on top of it with my top coat. In this case, I'm going to have my nails be a shiny finish rather than a matte. But yeah, so I added a generous amount and then I just plopped the little nail charm right there in like the middle of the nail. And here's the finished nail design. So moving on to the fifth and final nail design, which is going to be on the thumbnail, I'm just going to go in with my toothpick as well as blue acrylic paint and paint on Dad, as well as a little cute heart in the corner. And here is the finished nail design. But yes guys, so here is the finished Father's Day. Well, technically these nails are dedicated towards my dad, but here's the finished nail art. I don't know, these are super cute nail art that is dedicated towards, you know, the man who raised me. And that being said, I wasn't able to like film his reaction or anything because, you know, I work mornings and he works nights, so I don't get to see him that often. I mean, knowing my dad, he would really like my nails. He probably wouldn't like the length, but I mean, he would, you know, he's very supportive of what I do. That being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and I really do hope you enjoyed the nail art. Feliz Dia del Padre, and thanks for watching!